The champions! The Champo League is finally back, so it's now UCL Fantasy time, hey! And today, it's my Matchday 1 team selection. Groups overview, selecting my team, chip strategies, and even my predictions for all the games, and many, many more, is on the itinerary for this video, So don't be an extra cheeky geezer that just skips to the end just to look at my team and not pay attention to the rest of the video, right? You would never do that, would you? UCL Fantasy Overview. So UCL Fantasy is just a wee bit different to the FPL, with the opportunity of a lifetime to be able to change captain and sub out players during a match day in the substitution window in between the games. So it is quite similar to the Euro Fantasy game where, I did finish top 1,500 in the world in that, so best ever manager here. So having a quite depthy and girthy team is definitely the way to go for here. You want playing players on your bench ready to be subbed in. Point scoring is also slightly a bit different with some extra ways to get points, and there are also a few different chips with the wildcard and the limitless chip. So be sure to actually read the rules and know what you're doing with this game, because if you don't, you could end up just a little bit of a groups overview. Group A is actually quite tough, so understandable if you want to socially distance away from most of the players in this one. Group B is also a tough cookie, so possibly an avoid for me. Group C could be quite juicy, with Dortmund scoring all the goals, but leak goals at the back like a broken tap, and then the other three will have a good fisticuff battle, and you just don't know who's going to go through. Group D could be a nice gentle stroll in the park for the Real Madrid and the best team in the Milan. Whoa, wait, hang on.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Group E could be quite interesting, you know, tickle your back feathers and all that, but it's probably Bayern or nothing, right? Yeah. Group F for respect for giving us a nice group here with the big boy Ronaldo to score all of the goals in this game. Oh, sorry, what was that? Group G has no big teams. What's going on there? Where's the gabagoo? Group H will see Morata claim the Champions League Golden Boot. No, I actually couldn't even finish that. No. This group could be very, very sexy for Chelsea, though, especially saying they now have Lukaku. So with that, I think the teams we should really be backing and get players in for our fantasy team should be these, where we got the Dortmund, the Real Madrid, Bayern Munchen, Man United, and Chelsea. We've also got the BT here, who are teams with not amazing group of amazing great fixtures, but they're just teams that could just beat anyone anyway. With the Man City, the PSG, and the Liverpool, coincidentally containing some of the favourites to win the Champions League. There we are then. But obviously, some other players for other teams could still be great options based on price or fixtures and all that jazz as well. Team selection, where I won't tease you for much longer. Let's actually get into it, shall we, Baker Boy? We're the best ever fantasy team for this year's Champions League. Looks like this. For now, probably will change. Where I also won't pretend I know everything about every player in this game or any team, you know. So feel free to tell me that a certain player is absolutely wibbly wobbly and he's crap and I should get him out. Or maybe just suggest some other players that we should all be getting in down in the comments for everybody to get all of the points. So right here, we managed to chuck in 3 premium strikers in a crazy mid and a lad boy Haaland, who is odds on to actually win the Golden Boot in this Champions League, mainly because of that on paper easier group, and also Dortmund have an absolute fetish for scoring all of the goals. Romelu Lukaku is also up there in the odds in an easier group for him too, where Juventus have also started the season off very, very wibbly wobbly, so could see Chelsea and Lukaku destroy all the teams in their group. Then we also got the Ronaldo. One, just because he is Ronaldo, Mr. Champo League man himself, right? But actually mainly just so I can say the magic word, which is that's all. Ronaldo will also hopefully be playing the young boys in the first game, where we will be able to see team names for that before we have to lock in our teams, just because of the way Champions League Fantasy works. You can lock in your team right up until kick-off of the first game, and that is the first game. So if he does start in that game, the Captain Dino armband will be slapped on him, but also I could keep him for the entire group stage, because I reckon he's going to score all the goals, or I could even swap him to another striker if someone else is popping off, like a Messi at PSG, like, that is teasing me as well, you know, yeah. Then in midfield, we've mainly gone for the big boy scorers here, as I just find it a bit more fun to target the goals than the higher ceiling players, right? Especially saying you can sub them out if you need to be, so you're trying to target somebody who's going to potentially get a hat-trick, and if they don't get anything, sub them out, no problem there. So I have actually gone for some cheeky, interesting ones here, right? Yeah, so let's have a look. We have a Ferran Torres, who is currently playing as a striker for Man City, so yeah, he's got to be in there, even if his group is not the best, because Man City, they're okay, they're okay. Malinowski is a very good attacking player, with Atalanta usually being a quite attacking team, right? And also have their 2 easier fixtures in the group in their first 2 games as well. So put him in for that, and if he doesn't do anything, get him out, no problem. Musiala might actually be playing for the Bayern for a few weeks, with Gnabry and Coman potentially out injured, especially for the next game, maybe Matchday 2 as well, where he has actually done very, very well this season, even if he hasn't been starting all the games, and he is only 18 years old. So you know what? A proper cheeky differential. Could start the first game. You never know, he could get all the goals. Jesse Lingardinho is actually the best player in the world, right? Screw Ronaldo. No. Ronaldo's the second best player at Man United. Lingard. J-Lings, he's the best. But no, I actually do think he will start in this first game against the Young Boys. But again, we'll find out team news for that, so I don't mind chucking him in for now. But he's also mainly there because the extra vibes he brings to the team, right? The X vibes of this team are off the charts. Then we also have the very cheap and popular Alvarez, mainly because he's just cheap and popular. That's pretty much it. He's a playing defensive mid who has also scored this season, so he might get those interceptions or whatever, but it's more just for budget reasons, and you might as well go for the more popular option if you don't really know who to look for, right? Yeah. So all of those fellas there, apart from Alvarez, I think could get big boy points this week, or also in the next few weeks as well. But then again, some of them might be a bit too risky, right? Musiala, Lingard, they might not even play a single minute. So maybe I will have to look at some other options, but for now, I think I'll go for it. But at least the risky ones that I have chosen will be playing the first day in Matchday 1. So if they don't do anything, I can just sub them out anyway, and that is no problemo. Then in defense, it's honestly so strong. The Great Wall of China will be quaking in their boots at how good this seems. Like, nothing is ever going to get through this. Joshua Kimmich has played in midfield all season for the Bayern so far, meaning not only will he potentially be more attacking, but also a lot more involved to get all of those interceptions in as well, and just get all the extra points. Luke Shaw is also here. Are you sure, Bacon Boy? Yes, I'm very sure. With him being a very good attacking fullback in a group which we could see him keep all of his sheets clean, right? They should surely keep a good number of clean sheets in that group. Azpilicueta is, in my opinion, one of the most nailed-on Chelsea defenders for the Champions League, and their defense is just illegally good, so even though Juventus is in their group, already confirmed 6 clean sheets for them. Easy. Acuna for Sevilla is a very good attacking fullback, and he's in a good group, so you know, he could get some points there for quite cheap. And then a Mazraoui for Ajax is also a good attacking fullback in a good group as well. So right here, we've either got the big players for the big teams, or pretty good and cheap players for not necessarily the best teams, but potentially the best group. So yeah, you might as well go for them. They are all attacking as well, just for that extra potential of goals and assists to come into, and that should be lovely stuff. The goal geezers then, we've got a Masu for Atalanta, with them having their 2 easier games up first, so I think it's good for the price to get him in, yeah. And then also a Kobel, who could be a playing keeper for Dortmund at only 4.5 million, and their group is actually very naughty. One plays the first day, one plays the second day, so if one of them doesn't get points, sub him out, and it is all good. So that is actually it for the Nathan Bacon FC fantasy team for this year's Champions League. Way. To be honest, lads, I'm not really too bothered about taking this too seriously, right? And you never know, I might stop playing by like match day 3 if it's all going terribly anyway, so there you are then. But right now, this team just has that extra bit of sauce and spiciness to it, right? Where I will either be number 1 in the world by match day 2, or maybe even last in the world, alright? That's what I'm going for. In these short-term fantasy tournaments, you just got to absolutely go for it at the start, so that's why I've gone for the proper risky boys in there. But let me know if you think I should bin any of these players, or maybe all of them. You're like, no, start again, Bacon Boy, terrible. But also, let me know your current plans and team as well, because that would be very good for me to steal, thank you. But now, that is it for my team. Remember, you can also join my league with a link in the description, and also the code on screen somewhere. No idea where I'm putting it yet, somewhere over there. And when I make my match day team selections for the next few weeks, I'll give a shout out to the people who are top of my league as well. So, extra incentive for you to join. Lovely. Chip strategy. There isn't one. I have no idea what I can do with my chips yet. I like it. Predictions. And to finish off this matchday 1 team selection, a little bit of fun with my own predictions for the games. Where on the Champions League Fantasy Apple website, there's actually a predictions league on there. Wow, amazing. So make sure to get involved in the fun and join my league with the code on the screen somewhere and also in the description as well. But to be honest, lads, I really can't be bothered to go through each game and talk about every single one of them, right? And also, to be honest again, I probably have never seen some of these teams play ever, and probably will never see them play ever. So, do I really want to waste your time by pretending I know what I'm talking about? No, I won't. We do have some big games for the very well-known teams here, though. In a messy-less Barcelona, even though their squad is quite messy even without them, against a Bayern Munchen who could be munching on all of the goals. Ooh. Liverpool-Milan could be a quite interesting one as well, where you never know, Gerrard might actually come out of retirement just for the memories, just to go and score. Oh, amazing. Inter Milan vs Real Madrid could also be quite damn exciting as well, but there's one game this week, which is actually the biggest game, potentially in Champions League history for game week 1, from Matchday 1, right? And that is Sheriff vs Shakhtar Donetsk. Oh yes, now that is proper naughty. Oh, I'm so excited for that one. Like, honestly, I'm not even going to watch any other game this week. I've got 3 monitors. I'm going to put that game on all 3 just to make sure I don't miss out on any of that action. Oh, yes. It's going to be an absolute cracker, hey. But that is going to be it for my UCL Fantasy Matchday 1 team selection. I hope I chinwag with some things that could maybe help you. Probably not, but I tried. But at least we had a bit of fun along the way if we didn't anyway, hey. My final team will be posted on the Twitter in good time, before the deadline. So make sure to follow me on that at NathanBaconFC and you will see my final team. So thank you all for watching today. And also, remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.